This again. Are you guys ready to have a good time tonight? I think there's one dude in here who doesn't want my husband to get laid. That's fine. I understand. If it's not your dick, you don't care if it gets wet. I understand. We have 4 other comics from Ben tonight, and I'm super stoked. This first one, please give it up for Vaughn Robinson, everybody.
Oh, hey, there's a jar down here too, all right, later on. Katie was mentioning Ben celebrities. Do we have any High School Musical fans in the audience tonight? Yeah, we got a couple. This is good for you because Zach motherfucking Efron's grandparents live in Bend. So, not him, but they live there. My friend cleaned into their house once and they're like, isn't that fucking guy? All right. Guys, who's stoked for Halloween? I'm stoked. I'm glad we finally made it to fall. It's my favorite season and my favorite holidays coming up. You guys live in Portland? Yeah. In Portland? I live in Vancouver. Oh, thank you. I feel like Vancouver gets overshadowed by Portland just because there's so much like cool stuff to do in Portland. But Vancouver has a lot of cool events too. Coming up for Halloween in Vancouver each year, there's a school for deaf children, and each year in Halloween they put on a haunted house. And before I continue, what I'm about to say is not offensive. It's just what you're going to expect to see at a haunted house. It's just facts, okay? So, when you go to a haunted house ran by deaf children, the first thing you're going to notice is it's way louder than you thought it was going to be. Again, not offensive, but these dumb deaf idiots, they have no idea how loud they're screaming. They're so wild. Okay. All right. Another thing you're going to notice is, like, have you ever gone to a haunted house and you're like nervous to go around each corner because you're going to get scared? You know when the scares are going to happen. Like, have you ever been excited to scare a family member and you're hiding behind the couch and you get all excited and you let out a little, like, again, these fucking idiots, they have no idea how loud they are, so they're like around each corner. Again, not offensive. Go support those kids. It'll be really, really fun for Halloween. Sorry. If you guys didn't like that joke, that's okay. My mom actually likes that joke. I used to go with my mom, and she heard me tell that joke once, and she was like, how'd you remember that? And I was like, I would never forget what I just went through in this haunted house. It was pretty fun. I love my mom very much. My mom's got a good sense of humor. Do you guys love your mommies? Oh, cool. We all love our mommies here. I love my mom. She's got a twisted sense of humor sometimes. I heard a whale. All right. I love my mom. She does have a weird sense of humor. Growing up, she always had like a catchphrase. Like, for a bit of context, I'm Filipino. My dad's Filipino. My mom's white. But she says she's Filipino by injection. So that's what I grew up with. Before I mentioned I was Filipino, could you tell? Or were you like, oh, a Japanese Mexican? That's new. We don't get those in Portland. Wow. Sushi and burritos for dinner? Nice. The guy eats good. All right. I don't know. We're having fun so far. I don't know. Round of applause. Who knows what the Filipino accent sounds like? No shit. Hell yeah. One? All right. All right. The next question's going to be void then, because I'm going to ask, who's done it? I think Asian accents are funny, but people are scared to do them now. So don't worry, I'll do it for you. There is a reason why Filipinos are so racially ambiguous. This is a bit of history for you. But it's because the Philippines has been occupied and invaded by so many different, I almost said species. They've been invaded by so many different cultures. And so that leads to like a weird mix of people. I did this thing once. My grandma's Filipino. I did this thing once where I got really, really stoned. I got super high out of my ass. And I was having dinner with my grandma. And I decided to ask her what life was like in the Philippines during World War II. And that killed my high immediately. Like, I was not having fun anymore. My grandma, she goes, sweetheart, up until I was 5 years old, I spent my life hiding in a basket. And my mother, she would carry me on her back, and we would run and hide from the Japanese into the mountains. Because if the Japanese caught us, they would throw the babies into the air, and they would bayonet them. Oh. And I said, damn, Grandma. When I was 5, my mom didn't let me watch South Park, so totally went. I get what you went through. Sorry, I love you, Grandma. It's moments like that that make me want to cool it on the weed. Weed smokers, you guys smoke pot? Woo! All right. Now I just do it too much, and I want to cool it on the weed because what I noticed is whenever I smoke weed, I'm just instantly paranoid and just instantly anxious. Like, weed's a weird drug because you think at the end of a long day you could unwind, watch some New Girl, something, and then you take your first hit and you're like, I'm pretty sure my dog hates me. Like, it's just so instantaneous. It sucks. It's not like alcohol, because alcohol you can just drink and you're like, oh, suddenly my friends love me, and what? This girl wants my number, my dick's not gonna work. All right, cool. This is great. Rhino pill. Okay. No, it's like I even switched to edibles because I thought that would help with the anxiety, and then the anxiety just crept in slower. That happens all the time. Like, here's a really bad part about edibles is I forget that I take them. I forget that I take them all the time. Like, the other day I was driving to work, I had taken an edible, and as I'm driving, behind me I see there's a school bus. And in the rearview mirror of my car, I see the school bus's lights turn on, and I thought, am I getting pulled over by a fucking school bus right now? My dog is gonna be so mad. I look over, he's like, what are you doing? All right. No, it's just too much. Instead of saying smoking weed, I started saying do pot. I say do pot now because there's just too many ways to get high. You agree? You agree? Wow. That was you who said well earlier. You leave your mom? All right. No, I say do pot now because there's just too many ways to get high. Like, say what you will about stoners. They have this reputation for being chill. They get called lazy. But potheads, they've actually become quite industrious throughout the years. Like, they've become engineers. Like, they've looked at their bongs and they're like, man, this thing's effective. Let's install a double-cross helix. Why do they put the shit in the middle? I don't know. Cooling chambers. The one thing I think that's positive about pot is that no matter how much you do, you can never really be fucked up. You can be too high, but you can never be fucked up. Like, if I were at the bar last night and I was talking to a friend, I was like, oh man, I got so stoned. And my friend was like, how'd you get home? Oh, I drove home more careful than I ever have in my entire life. Did you make any embarrassing phone calls? I locked myself out of my phone. So, thanks, weed. This is my last thought on pot, and then we'll change subjects. But I got high over the weekend, and I put on an old childhood classic of mine, Rugrats in Paris. I love that movie. I cry every time Chucky's dead mom's in the clouds, and then I laugh at their antics. All right, but it's a very sad movie, and I was super high watching it, and the stoner thoughts started to kick in, and the munchies kicked in, and I thought, how many calories is a baby? So I was stoned off my ass. I was like, let's Google that. And so I Googled that. And on average, the caloric content of babies, it's like 14,000. And I was like, very interesting. Fascinating. So I was like, let's Google some more. Let's do some research. I Googled, how do scientists figure out the caloric content of any food? And that it scared me because they have to burn it. It's terrifying. So I Googled one more thing. What scientist burned a baby? And that part was not surprising at all. It was Nazis. It was Nazis. That's just a fun fact. Or should I say baby food for thought? No? All right. All right, cool. I don't know. I love that joke so much. All right, we're changing topics here. On the same subject of babies, my sister just had her first baby this year. All right, yeah. I'm a dad now. You guys are weird. No, my sister and I were close. Not like that. You guys don't be gross. My sister and I are very close, and whenever we're going through something in life, we always talk to each other and try to help each other out. The problem my sister's going through in life right now is that now that she's getting older, is she feels that like opportunities are leaving her behind. Because she wanted to be all these things, a director, photographer, all these things. And I always reassure her with this thought that life is so long. Like, there's time to do stuff. I give her the example of Harrison Ford, because he was a carpenter until he was 35, and then became Han Solo. So I told my sister that life is long and you have time to do stuff. And then she got knocked up, and I was like, maybe just be a mom. A single mom, because I am not going to stick around. Too gross? All right, cool. I don't fuck my sister. All right. Hey, let's book Vaughn. He'll be really funny on the show. What's he going to talk about? I don't know. I'm so glad my sister had babies because my mom had reached to the age where she really wanted to be a grandmother, and she was bugging me about it. Everyone thought it was going to be me that was going to have a kid first, but penis doesn't work. It's too much drinking. No, just kidding. Thank you for laughing at that. If you don't, it's real. It works. Okay. But my mom wanted grandkids so bad, and she was so demanding about it. And it was surprising to me because, like, when you're a kid, the most demanding and bossy your mom is like, clean your room, brush your teeth, make your bed. And now that I'm older, she wants me to cream pie strange women? Mom! I mean, I'll do it, but gross. All right. Yeah, cream pie. It says cream pie in my notes. Okay, got it. We got it. I'm good at comedy. I can do stand-up with notes. We're fine. All right. I'm going to get a little serious with you guys for a second here. Because during my... No, I won't. Yes, I will. During my sister's pregnancy, the circumstances for it were not the best. And so it sparked the debate whether or not my sister was going to get an abortion. And I'm the youngest in my family, it sparked a huge debate. So I listened to the left-minded people in my family, and I listened to the right-minded people in my family. And when it came to the left side, I totally saw their point of view, because I knew what my sister was going through. If she wanted to get the procedure, she totally was in her right to get the procedure. And on the right side of my family, I saw them as well, because to them, an abortion's a tragedy. Because if somebody gets an abortion, it's just a huge waste of calories. I told you I wasn't going to be serious, you motherfucker. God, this is going so well. That opener was wild. All right, let's do some fun stuff. Is anyone here in love? All right, it picked up there. Okay, not everyone's sad and lonely like me. Okay, cool. No, here's a fun one. I've actually been thinking about proposing. Yeah, thank you. I don't have a girlfriend. I just think about proposing. I probably think about proposing way too much for a single guy, more than any single guy should. It's kind of crazy to do that. It's a nerve-wracking thing to propose because you're asking such a big thing and you can be rejected. You can get the no, and that's going to hurt. So I've devised a plan to get the yes no matter what when I propose. So when I propose, I'm also going to use a gun. All right, hear me out. I put thought into this. All right, I've got like a blueprint, like wall map thing from like Always Sunny, like Carol. So I have one of those. All right, so step 1, obviously, get on one knee. Step 2, pull out the gun. It's a pretty important step. Now, step 3 is a bit of a toss-up because I'm not sure if I want to use the gun like this or like this. I'm just trying to find love, guys. All right. I'm going about it so right. All right, this is kind of a gross joke, but why do you think we get on one knee to propose, fellas or ladies? Do you think it's because we're smelling the product one more time before we buy? Eh? Looking at you, man. Give me a yes. We're making it your fault. No, all right. Well, I've had so much fun, but I've got a couple more silly jokes for you guys. You want to make fun of the president for a bit? Yeah. All right, cool. There's a lot of serious. I don't like it when stand-ups do political stuff that want to like make a point. But I like doing impressions. I'm not the best at doing them, but this is a funny one. It's not silly. It's not serious at all. This is. It's like, well, let's build that wall. No, okay. So, do you guys remember? You guys know how a big part of the president's job is foreign diplomacy. Like some presidents even learn a foreign language to help them out with it. Like there's a really good interview on YouTube of George Bush speaking Spanish, and he's like, "Donde está? Nuclear weapons." It's pretty cool. It's like, he's like, "Where are they?" I recommend watching that. That's very fun. I don't think our current president would be very good at foreign diplomacy with a different language. He would try, but he would only be like one word at a time, and it would be super wrong. He'd be overseas somewhere being like, "Wow, Japan, I've had a wonderful time here in Japan. You've been so inviting, I just want to say, sushi, sushi for having me. And to my Mexican compadres, guacamole. All right, I got one more and then I'm gonna get off. When Trump came in for his second term, there was like footage of him at the Oval Office at his desk, and he was signing like a stack of papers, super tall, like bills, legislation, making all these decisions. I think it'd be funny if somebody put something in there that definitely shouldn't have been in there. I'm sure we agree there's some stuff that shouldn't been in there, but I'm talking like stupid, like really dumb, like toddler shit. Because he's gonna back it up. He's the kind of guy that whatever he signs off, he's like, I'm going to do that. Like, I can see him in a press conference somewhere like, oh, we've done it, California. No more spiders. Spiders, they don't exist. Snakes exist. Snakes are real and they're coming for you. I spoke to the snakes, I talked to the pythons, the vipers, even the anaconda. And the snakes, they tell me they want to be better to people. They want to be people. And I said, you're not people. You're snakes. All right, hey, that's my time, you guys. Enjoy the rest of the show. Very happy to be here. Thank you, guys. Give it up one more time for Katie.